All right, so let's talk about this really quickly. Will you marry someone without residence papers, without Bali, without green card, without 𝐖𝐈𝐓𝐃𝐄𝐒𝐈? Would you marry somebody? Ladies in the chat, gentlemen in the chat, let me hear your thoughts on this. If you live in the Obodo Oyibo, you live overseas, you live in the UK, in the United States, in Canada, in Australia, you're looking for a significant other, right? And you happen to meet someone, and then before you know it, they are, they're proposing or just suggesting that, hey, I don't have papers. But you're in that stage, you're dating intentionally, you're looking to start a family soon with somebody, to do life with somebody, right? Would you consider somebody without resident papers? If yes, I want to know and tell me why. If no, I want to know. Share your why with me. I think it's a worthwhile conversation. While we're waiting for your chat, let me get what Brother Patrick has to say about this. Would you advise somebody to date somebody without resident papers, sir?
Well, it depends. Yes, I'm a community leader
Yes.
and a pastor, so I've had a lot of Nigerians that comes, and now as a student, it has even become a problem in my community. They come as a student. Nigeria, they have all kind of skills. You know what I mean? Schemes.
Yes.
They come to the church. You know what I mean? Even as a student, but they have their intention.
Yeah.
Some of them, after one semester, they jackpot. This is real, Ola.
They came in as a student visa, but after one semester, they
jackpot. They
disappear.
Their purpose is 𝐊𝐶𝐓 𝐑𝐄𝐒. And
makes sense.
I have 3 daughters, so I'm going to advise my daughter to vet. I will even be part of the vetting. Yeah, let's be realistic.
Yeah.
So are you marrying because of the 𝐊𝐶𝐓 or for genuine?
Yeah.
Yes, I had one that came. Meanwhile, nobody knew. He had somebody already in another state. From I never told anybody.
Yeah.
Before I know it was.
They have somebody else in another state. Some of them do have other people in Nigeria already. They have a whole family in Nigeria.
The only next thing I will see is more on the Facebook say, wow, wait, we start this will happen. I say, Pastor, I'm so sorry. So I'm not talking about that, especially Nigerians.
Right.
Bro, like how many people I don't for immigration, I don't support. So I not be baby for this country.
Yeah.
This is real. Yes.
It's real though.
It's real. Like you have kids too. So by the time they get to that level, you'll be able to make that decision.
So what you're saying when you say it's real is that it's highly risky.
Yes.
It's a very risky game.
People are not genuine. But you have to lead. That's the line in between genuineness and not, what is this guy up to? You don't want to you don't want someone to use your daughter. Father. Just paper. That's no big deal. You can go and bring somebody from Nigeria.
Yeah.
But why they lie? Are you here for people to have paid some money for schools, some come for masters, and they will say after one semester they're out of the school. It's a serious thing, and they get us involved, Ola.
Yeah.
And mostly people that are doing it are Nigerians.
It makes sense, sir. It makes sense. But let me see what people are saying in the chat. Good points. It's a very risky game. Risk means it's not guaranteed that it will be catastrophic. It's not guaranteed that it's a bad situation, but it's likely, right? There's a chance, not likely, but there's a chance. There's some kind of chance that it's not authentic, that all they want is their papers, their quali. But also we know of people that have done it successfully. So the question comes to, how do we vet? Because this is not just vetting now. This is vetting pro max. because even the Facebook that you mentioned, sir, some of them are wise enough to have, they don't have any traces on the internet. That may be a red flag. If there's no traces on the internet, right, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're out to get you or do something terrible, but it's just another extra level reason why you have to be careful, right? Because why is it that in 2023 they don't have a simple profile somewhere, even if it's on 𝐖𝐈𝐓, even if it was on MySpace, right? Something somewhere that we can find when we Google your name, right? So there's a lot there, Let me see. No, reasons some of them are not honest. Okay, so Rebecca is saying because of some is an absolute no. She wouldn't do it, right? Like Brother Patrick just said, some of us have kids, but some of us are also children of people that did what they had to do to stay, right? So it's a very tricky one. She says, honestly, I don't mind, but they're not always straight. Okay. Now, the other question is that if they're straight, will you get with them? If somebody comes to you and say, hey, I just japa from the Midwest where I am in school, like Brother Patrick said, I finished one semester, but I ran away. And if they told you that truth and say, hey, if they're being honest, right? If they're being honest and say, honestly, I like you. I like you. I think we can do life together. Also, I don't have Bali to stay. In fact, I just almost did not finish a whole semester because I came in as student. If they were 100% honest, now it's your turn to be honest with me. Are you going to be comfortable enough to say, yes, let's do it, even though you like them? Let's already know that you like them. But are we going to, can you be honest with me? Would you say yes? If they told you that 2 weeks into the relationship, will you be comfortable with saying yes, let's move forward and let's get it done? That's a question for you there. Gracious Green said, let's get deported together. How steamy relationship. Hey. Say Ofi concerned about me Soroni. That's what they'll be asking you. They'll be asking you like, how could you be that? That one a real juju. That's a real juju. Dealer said it's a yes and no for me, but leaning towards no because I will have a hard time trusting that person. What if all they want is paper and then japa? Right? The truth is that there are some people, I don't know how much they are, a significant amount of them, right? I don't know what percentage. I don't know if it's minority or majority. I don't have the data, but they know what they want. In fact, they will go as far as having children with you, and they already know that that's part of the deal. They have children with you, and eventually is divorced at some point. This is a question of survival. We're talking about Wajo and Yoshe Parasi, meaning you can't move forward, you can't go backwards. Like, who are you going to tell to go back into what they perceive as poverty, right? They don't want to go back there. They know that there's chances here. There are some people that will hang around for 15 years, right? With the hope that one day they will have their own papers to stay legally. So it's a matter of survival. So if all it's going to take is for them to have another child with another person in order for them to survive, that may just be their reality. I see you, open floor. I'll come right to you. What if all they want is paper? Yeah. Marriage attached to condition is not love. Original purpose of marriage by God is for companion and procreation, but we human beings versus I've changed the narrative. Blessing people. Shout out to you. Yeah. I don't know. But remember, some people will tell you that, right? They're like, yeah, why not? You can like each other. Remember that in certain respects, you can do marriage from duty, responsibility, just because there are people traditionally that came together right? Because they said that family is rich, our family is rich, they are important person in society, will keep our wealth together, will continue to build the empire. Are you saying to hell with that? Is that what you're saying right now? Because that's almost the same thing. You have papers, I like you, I don't have papers. Let's be a little bit more intentional about this and come together and do life together. That's where I want you to think about it, and we can build love in that process. Since I like you anyway, I'm just, I'm just thinking out loud. Let me bring my sister.
All emotion are your mates.
Emotions are your mate. Exactly. Oh, oh God. Hey. Oh my God. You have quite a bit of noise in your background. Can you get to somewhere quiet?
Oh, you know what? No, I can't. Let me get off. I know what it is, and it's not gonna come off anytime soon.
Oh, okay. So sorry. So we can keep it clean.
Okay.
I would have loved to. Oh, you know what? Give me 30 seconds of your thoughts about this before you leave.
So I've done it before in the past. I mean, if I understand the topic that you guys are talking about, I've done that in the past where I brought my ex down here, right? And if I have to do it again, I will do it again because again, I don't know where my next lover is gonna come. You know what I'm saying? And I would never want the paper to be the issue, right? The only thing is, will I reassess? You know what? When you are in love, you are in love, really. When you are in love, but again, it's the last thing that I was thinking when I brought my ex, to me. You know what I mean? Like, you see here for, and to be honest, it wasn't there for the paper. Both of us fell in love with each other. The marriage didn't work, and that was the end of it.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah. So it stands, it's risky, but you will do it again.
Yeah, it is. Marriage is risky. Marriage is, whether we both of you have paper, whatever the case. Yeah, marriage is risky on its own. But I don't think the paper will stop me. Yeah, if I feel, if both of us feel like we are right for each other.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. I wish your thing was clear.
All right. I'm in somewhere else to do. Thank you.
All right, talk soon. All right. So shout out to, I met Shola last night at a party. I met Miss Adenike Jones last night at a party. I want to appreciate them for not being shy and introducing themselves. And I want to just say thank you to those two people that we met last night. Cool Mama. Shout out to Cool Mama. Do they just want papers or do they want a wholesome life? Not everything though. But again, the idea is you don't know, right? Now, she did say marriage is risky, but there's also, when you assess risk in real life and professional, right? There's also, you have to quantify it, right? Like, how much risk are we talking about, right? This is a whole lot of risk, a whole lot more risk than the idea that marriage already has its own risk. So, Brother Patrick, let me get your words on this. Last word on this.
Allah, as we are just talking, something just flashed into my brain. Yeah, when a woman wants marriage, she wants time. That's the way the brain of a woman works. Something she wants it.
Right.
Apart from marriage, if you want something, I believe my wife is not different from any other woman. If they want something, they want it. God has given them that power to pursue it and get it. And most men, let me just say, most men that are successful on this earth are being backed by their wife.
They're being what?
They are backed by their wife.
They are backed by their wife. Okay.
Yes, most successful men. Yes, Timothy just gave an example, was saying the way the husband was kind of saying, I appreciate you always backing me, you know what I mean? Yeah. Now most men are being pushed by their wife.
Right.
The way they look at their husband, they want them to be successful. Any man that loves you, any woman that loves you, wants you to be successful. Yeah, so in that area, like I said, emotion are your mates.
Yes, sir.
Yes, even though
that's a good one, sir. That's a good one, sir.
Yeah, even though it's dangerous, some ladies, they might even light the gas. Let me just.
They don't mind.
Just try, At least this is what I've been praying for. We don't know.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's risky at the same time, some men are not genuine.
In fact, one of my boys, when we were discussing this on Clubhouse, one of my boys actually said something very profound. I thought it was profound. He was quite blunt about it. But he said men don't have problem doing it for men. This only become a question mostly when a woman has to file paper for a man, right? But if a man is in a position and he really likes a girl, he kind of already in that position where he knows that he's going to do for his woman anyway. So if the keyword being he really likes the girl, and usually if a woman has baggages like husband and children in Nigeria, you can tell. You're usually not able to. But a man can come over here into the United States at the age of 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, have a whole family in Nigeria, and you can't tell. He can package it well. You know? So the lesson there, sir, is that if you're a man, right? If you can make a woman feel comfortable, if you have game, first of all, you understand that a woman who doesn't want to do it, you just don't worry about it. That's just not the right person to do it for you. Okay? But you can be fully honest and say, I'm here, I'm studying, I'm still looking for my papers, and you just you approach them like a normal relationship, right? Like you're toasting, you're trying to engage that person in a romantic way without bringing up that you need papers. Continue your life as normal, right? If you feel safe and secure long enough, not just in 2 weeks, because 2 weeks is just ridiculous. That also speaks to the fact that you lack game. If you have time, hopefully you have some time, and then if she's safe around you long enough, women will bring it up. And so, what about your papers? I might be able to help. I have papers. Why not? Because they already like you. And especially you're demonstrating that you're a man by being that patient. Now, that level of patience, when we're talking about survivor now, it's a difficult thing, yo. It's not that easy. Because we're talking about survivor, you don't have papers. Every night you're dreaming, and it's very likely that you might not like this person too. You might just be lying, because again, emotions no be your mate. It could just be because you want that paper that bad that you now start. So it's a very tricky thing, and like you said earlier, sir, it's vetting pro max. And because now you have to test you have to test that person's intentions, and beyond just their intentions and what they say, how they move, everything, And I'm not going to manipulate women into saying yes, just say yes. I think women in general, if they feel safe and secure enough, they will bring it up themselves. They will want to do it anyway, And if a woman has had bad experience with it in the past, it makes sense that she won't do it again. Like Chinye is saying a lot here. She said, I won't file for anyone again. That's also to be understood. Yeah. Your last word, sir, so we can move on.
I understand me. She must be truth. It's once beaten, twice shy.
Abi.
And you want to know the person, the family back in Nigeria. If you are come from the same country, there's nothing wrong if you enter a relationship with somebody. If I know your background, it's important.
Yeah.
It's important as brother.
Yeah.
This is marriage. You want to be together,
Yeah. People are it's just that survival thing, sir. It provokes a much more powerful emotion when you just want to survive. I think there's a story, it might be in the Bible, about people start eating their own children when it comes down to survival. When this is a survival issue, sir. So I would say be very careful out there. At least have an elderly person, somebody, a man. Ladies, have a man help you vet this situation. Don't just rush into it just because you like. Because again, I know that the best of you, even when you claim you never do something like that, you might end up liking a person enough to, have somebody help you vet. And gentlemen, there's nothing wrong with needing papers and saying you want to marry a person. But if you have family already in Nigeria, I can't judge you, but people pay for this. People pay to have somebody do paperwork for them. You know, if that's what you want to do, I mean, do you? I mean, again, we're talking survival, so I really can't afford to come from a place of judgment on this. You know, it's a very risky thing to do, and it's very likely that somebody can have a whole family in Nigeria and lie, and they have no intentions of staying with you forever. And some of them will come and get with you, and they have intentions of going back to their wife, and they never went back to their wife. That also happens. Now, should you now take the risk? No, I didn't say that too. But let's continue the conversation in the comments after the show. I'll be right back, sir.